Happy New Year to everyone who is not a bootlicking cultist.
It is the only action you will ever get.
I don't know if I'm the only one that feel this way.
I hope you get sent back in a body bag.
He is the epitome of wicked.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show. So glad you could be here today. Listen, we've got a great show planned for you. Minneapolis got a huge ice storm yesterday, so we're going to be checking in to see how the people are doing. It looks like there's more fraud in daycare centers, and not just in Minnesota. And President Trump seems to be having his eye on Greenland, and I don't think he's goofing around this time. So we got a lot of other liberal madness to get to. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
Happy New Year to everyone who is not a bootlicking cultist. And to those who are, you will have the year you deserve, a shitty, miserable year. And to ICE, when you're out here in these streets kidnapping and disappearing people, you will be shamed to the fullest. When you're trying to get a good night's rest, you will be kept up by the noise. You will be ran out of communities when possible. We hope that this takes a toll on your physical, mental, and emotional being. You will have the year you deserve, a shitty, miserable year.
I just love it when you little unfuckable Nazi pieces of shit come to our pages and so willingly announce who you are. Go f*** yourself, little Nazi.
Wow, okay.
It is the only action you will ever get. Thanks for stopping by.
Like I said before, Minneapolis got an ice storm, but it has nothing to do with weather. 2,000 federal agents descended upon Minneapolis, and it looks like they may have received a cold reception. Okay, enough of the cringe. Let's get to it. Finally, they're actually doing something to try to dissuade these protesters. I approve.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
That guy just got popped right in the face.
Get back! Right in the face! Get back!
Go another way!
Move!
Go another way!
Move!
Go another way!
Move! Fuck you! I fucking hurt you! You get out of here! Get out of the way! Get out! Fuck! Chris, get out the way! Get out the way of the truck! Move! 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 Fuck you, people! Fuck you! Nazis! 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 Nazis!
The rotten onion that is Minnesota fraud is being peeled back one more layer. It looks like Nick Shirley is standing in front of yet another healthcare center. And this place has actually been shut down before, and then it reopened, and it's received over $2 million of our money. Let's check it out.
Right here, you see a daycare center. It says it's Creative Minds Daycare. Creative Minds Daycare was actually shut down and was reopened the next day underneath the name Super Kids. And just in the past year, in 2025, this daycare alone has received $2.45 million.
And Jesse Waters called this daycare center in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, and guess what? Nobody answered. And they've had 3 different violations over the last 3 years of being not clean, not having furniture, not having supplies, and they ignored allegations of abuse. They also could not prove that their teachers were actually qualified. So come on, let's wake up, guys. We got to start shutting down all of these daycare centers in Minnesota and start looking at any other Somalian-owned daycare centers in any other state. And daycare centers aren't the only institutes in Minnesota that are creating fraud. Restaurants apparently are claiming that they give thousands of meals per day and they're getting millions of dollars per year. However, it doesn't really seem to be the case. Check it out.
The FBI set up a total of 12 cameras at sites claiming to serve extraordinary numbers of meals. Another was at a deli in St. Paul, also registered by defendant Salim Saeed, which claimed 1,800 meals per day. The video, shown to the jury, showed an average of 23 people a day coming and going.
Well, my friends, it is 2026, and may your year be as profitable as a 2025 Somalian daycare. And in Washington State, we just discovered that there is a home daycare center. It's basically a house. And the crazy thing is the neighbors right next to this house had no idea there was a daycare center. So I'm pretty sure that means no kids were coming into that house ever. Let's check it out.
The actual house where this daycare was allegedly being run, I mean, it looked like a shack.
Did it look like somewhere you would take your kids for daycare?
No, absolutely not.
Do they run a daycare with children?
I have no idea about that.
Have you ever seen children at this house?
No.
No children?
I don't see any.
You don't know of any daycares around here?
Daycare?
Yeah.
And the Democrats, for years, probably decades, have been shuffling your taxpayer money around so that they can get paid. They've done it through NGOs and apparently through these daycare centers. Now, Joe Biden authorized a bill that basically dumped billions of dollars into these daycare centers across America. And there was absolutely no oversight written into this bill that he approved of. This is crazy. And of course, the Democrats are butthurt and complaining that their gravy train is ending. And of course, they're going to be, claiming racism.
Why are we being subjected to a federal government that makes policy based on internet influencers? That is the sort of larger problematic issue here. Before we even get into the idea that you're pulling back child care funds.
Oh, they're not pulling back child care funds. President Trump has severed the child care funds. So that Biden gift to all the Somalians, that is done. So Minnesota, Washington State, and now Ohio, we have a daycare center that is right next to a bar. How is that legal? But the Somalian daycare center, of course, is just another front to fleece the American taxpayers of money so they can live large, send money back to support Somalia's GDP. And this is just ridiculous. We need to start clamping down on all of this right now. Let's check it out.
And maybe you can provide insight or information.
That's not your job. We have a license. Ask them, go to the online and ask our license. This is not your job. Get out of here.
No, it is my job to investigate the use of public funds.
It's right next to a bar.
I'm not going to give you any information. Get the fuck out.
I don't need permission. I'm a citizen of Ohio, and I'm a taxpayer, and I'm actually here to investigate a simply to ask you if you
I'm not a teacher. When I'm going to do my job, do your job. That's it.
Okay, so it's one store away from a bar. I stand corrected. Maybe that is okay. How many children are in there? If they walked in, how many children would be in there? I would bet none. Zero.
You see what happens to the media? They harassing us. I'm gonna do my life. What are you gonna do, guys?
Oh, get all the anti-American frauds out of here. So this daycare is 2 doors down from a bar? What exactly are the rules for starting a daycare? I would say it's probably pretty slim to none. As an American woman, I do not want hijabs or burqas in my country. They are not fashion statements, they are forms of direct oppression. Where are the feminists? That's a great question. Why are they covering for the most anti-female belief system on the planet? Trump took out 2 communist dictators in 3 days. Well, let's just hold on just a second because it looks like Tampon Tim is maybe not backing down. I don't know. Let's check it out.
I'm not going anywhere. And you can make all your requests for me to resign over my dead body. Quit hiding behind this and expect for the next 11 months for me to ride you like you've never been ridden. To make sure that you're doing your job.
Yeah, I'm sure you would like to ride his tampon, but that's not going to happen. And apparently, Tampon Tim thinks that if he just drops out altogether, that magically all of the investigations against him in Minnesota will just poof, go away.
I think he believes if he's not in the race, there's nothing, they have nothing else.
Yep.
Because he has that, national profile.
Yeah, that's not going to happen because Minnesota and this Somalian fraud is definitely on the radar of the government and of President Trump. So none of this stuff is going away. You can go and try to hide, but it's not going to change the end result. I hope you go to jail, Tim. And it looks like President Trump is finally taking some action against the fraud, not just in Minnesota, but he's looking at you, Gavin Newsom, in California, because he thinks California is probably the most corrupt state in the union. And I don't think he's wrong.
Let's straighten this out before it gets too crazy. California is more corrupt than any place. California is more corrupt than Minnesota.
And of course, greasy Gavin Newsom says, okay, Trump, bring it on. My gosh, this guy is a narcissistic liar. Let's see him in action.
Let's bring it on. Fraud in terms of childcare. You think for a second anyone countenances fraud? So if he has some unique insight and information, I look forward to partnering with him. Can't stand fraud. Can't stand waste and abuse.
Oh, really, Gavin? Well, let's just take a small peek at your governorship in California and see how some of the people are living.
This is Gavin Newsom's America. Newsom for president. Yeah, I want some of this.
Bring it. Want some? Come get some.
Newsom
right?
for president. Everybody deserves 13 cars in their garage. As long as their garage is under a bridge with a bunch of other scumbags. Thank you, Governor Newsom.
Wow.
Nothing says stupidity and pandering to the low information, low IQ leftist voter and government waste than passing a $250 billion reparations bill in a city that has a $1 billion deficit, in a state that has a $50 billion deficit, and a state that never had slavery to begin with in the first place.
Yeah, makes
Who
sense.
exactly are you going to pay this money to that you don't have? Because there is no direct lineage to slavery in the state of California because it never had it in the first place. And you guys are celebrating this as a victory. $250 billion that a city doesn't have, and slavery that never existed, instead of tackling real problems in California. Your government just wasted time, effort, and money to go through the processes and debates and committee and reports and reviews to put something on the mayor's desk for them to sign, then immediately say, we don't have the money to do. God forbid if San Francisco actually worked on things that were directly affecting their city, it wouldn't be turning into the feces-infested rat hole that it is.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem joins me now. Ms. Secretary, you've been out there on the ground. What have you found out so far?
Well, Jesse, the amount of fraud in Minnesota is unprecedented. It's incredible what we've found. And we did surge operations there the last 48 hours. We've sent 2,000 more ICE officers, HSI officers, individuals there to help get to the bottom of it. But what we're finding is not only people who've come into this country illegally, but they've perpetuated crimes on people. Then they've stolen the American citizens' money and they've put it in their own pockets and then the pockets of other individuals that are here, businesses, individuals that bought luxury homes and took vacations, and they all did it using somebody else's money and money that should have been used to help people who really was supposed to benefit from these programs. Medicaid individuals that were supposed to get help for developmental services, that were handicapped individuals, people who had autism that needed services, and they didn't get it because these criminals were out there stealing the money and instead benefiting themselves.
All right, so they're ripping off the most vulnerable members of society, and people were blowing the whistle in Minnesota, and the politicians weren't listening, were they?
No, absolutely not. In fact, so many Minnesota state employees were saying, Governor Walz, pay attention to this. People are stealing the money. These are not legitimate businesses. They are not legitimate nonprofits. And he ignored them. He told them to do their job and just follow orders and exactly what he was telling them to do and overlook all of these criminals. And they felt like very much they were whistleblowers who were being ignored or bullied into being quiet.
Are people thanking you when you're there? I mean, it seems like you're rounding up a lot of bad hombres, and it's kind of out in the open. Do people come up to you and just say, you know, we've been dealing this trouble for a long time, you know, we appreciate it?
They do. The people that are on the streets, you know, we surged the last 48 hours. We've arrested hundreds and hundreds of dangerous criminals off the streets in Minnesota and people that are a part of this fraud scheme. So this morning, I left D.C. at like 2 a.m., got to Minnesota in time. We arrested a murderer, someone who was extorting money in other countries, and also sexual assault perpetuators, individuals who were attacking children. So we have gotten them off of the streets, and we did it with no help from Governor Walz, no help from the Democrats. Those who are trying to cover it up, we've ignored them and done the work that President Trump has given us to do. And thank God we have a president that wants to make America safe again for every single citizen, regardless of where they live.
Well, the governor of California says, bring it on.
Oh, we'll be there. We think that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So Minnesota is unbelievable what we've seen, but it is leading us to networks all over the country and overseas, and we're going to follow every single one of them. Homeland Security Investigations is an incredible team of individuals who go after human traffickers, sex traffickers, but the fraud that we have in our public programs that are tied to California, absolutely. We're going to come to you, Governor Newsom, and we're going to arrest every single individual that has ties to this kind of stealing of taxpayer dollars, and we will hold them accountable. We'll bring them to justice.
Good. I think you're going to hit the jackpot out there in the Golden State. Secretary Noem, thank you so much, and thank everybody on your team for us.
The left is mentally ill. They have to stand against anything President Trump does. Anything this man does is just the worst thing on earth. Let's take a look at just a few things President Trump has done while president. He took out al-Baghdadi. He took out Soleimani. He destroyed the Iranian nuclear program, and he just captured a drug lord, Maduro, and yet they stand against him. Let's take a look at just some of the things that the left have called, I guess, good, when they're actually not. They say this is an anti-fascist. This is a refugee. This is, of course, a peaceful protest. You can't argue with that. A freedom fighter, yeah, of course. They call him a liberator. And of course, we've got Maryland Dad. And, you know, I'm thinking if maybe they try hard enough, they might start calling Maduro the Venezuelan dad, because he's just a dad. Leave him alone. Not retarded. This is, of course, a fishing boat, and he's white. You know, President Trump just wants the Democrats to say, hey, thank you, good job, and move along. But of course, this is never going to happen. Well, the Monroe Doctrine, I think, should now officially be called the Downright Doctrine. And this is what President Trump has to say about the oil from Venezuela. Let's check that out. I am pleased to announce that the interim authorities in Venezuela will be turning over between 30 and 50 million barrels of high quality sanctioned oil to the United States of America. This oil will be sold at its market price, and that money will be controlled by me as President of the United States of America to ensure it is used to benefit the Venezuelan and the people, of Venezuela and the United States. It will be taken to storage ships and brought directly to unloading docks in the United States.
He asked him, said, Mr. President, when you say, quote, we're going to run everything, that obviously causes deep concerns because of the disaster in Iraq. The president's response, Joe, the difference between Iraq and this is that Bush didn't keep the oil. We're going to keep the oil.
Yeah, of course, what President Trump is doing has to do with oil. I mean, any idiot can observe that for themselves. But I think it's more importantly, we're telling China and Russia and Iran and all of these bad hombres that are coming into Venezuela, setting up training camps of terrorism. We're saying, you know what? No more, not in our hemisphere. So I totally agree with President Trump, what he's doing so far. I'm curious to know how you feel. It looks like people are actually in support of what he just did with Venezuela and taking Maduro. Let's check it out.
After the ousting, look at that. The support through the roof. Now we're talking about 37%. It turns out Americans like what they deem to be successful foreign policy operations. And in this case, they view the ousting of Maduro, at least up to this point, as a successful one, and therefore the support way up.
Did we enter Venezuela illegally? Maybe. But we didn't stay there long enough to get free housing and SNAP benefits.
Why are Venezuelans not angry at Trump? I haven't seen one single video of Venezuelans outraged about what just happened.
Yeah, it's all white liberal women and the trans Tifa that are all got their panties in a bunch.
Not one. You know who's mad? Trump haters. Loud, furious, screaming online. That alone tells you everything. The fact is, Trump will never get the credit he deserves. No. Not for the life saved, not for stopping wars before they start, not for choosing pressure over bloodshed.
Yeah.
Biden had a $25 million bounty.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that. And he did nothing.
On information leading to arrest of Venezuela's president. Nobody cried then or said anything bad about it.
Of course not.
But Trump takes action. Suddenly, it's evil, dangerous, wrong. He wants oil. Personally, I'm not even saying this was 100% good or 100% bad. But seeing Venezuela celebrating, that told me everything I needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
To the Venezuelan people, we see you. We are happy for you. Enjoy your freedom.
And of course, there's going to be resistance because these people, you know, they have nothing better to do but go out there and get paychecks to protest about something they have no idea what's even going on. Let's check out one such protester.
With me all, hands up Venezuela! Hands up Venezuela! Free President Maduro! La lucha sigue! Libertad, socialismo o muerte! Venceremos!
No idea. I have no idea what he said at the end, but let's see what some other people had to say about this guy. His dad must be so proud. Yes, I think so. Cute outfit. Wonder if his sister knows he borrowed it. That is a good question. And they have to tell them what to say. I'm sure that paycheck will come in handy. Yeah, I'm sure he's getting paid rather well. Thank you, Soros.
Yeah, I just want to say if you're in the U.S. military and you didn't defect or leave the army or disobey orders for an army that we know is bullshit and going to destroy millions of people's lives, I hope you get sent back in a body bag. I do hope you get sent back in a body bag. Yes, that goes for you watching this. Yeah, so I hope you become a magnet for bullets.
Wow, what a douchebag. Well, here is Stephen Miller laying out the Don Roe doctrine pretty clearly. Let's take a look.
For years, we sent our soldiers to die in deserts in the Middle East to try to build them parliaments, to try to build them democracies, to try to give them more oil, to try to give them more resources. The future of the free world, Jake, depends on America being able to assert ourselves and our interests without apology.
And like I mentioned before, President Trump has his eye on Greenland, like for reals. Let's see, again, go back to Stephen Miller and see what he has to say.
Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake. The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland? What is the basis of their territorial claim? What is their basis of having Greenland as a colony of Denmark? The United States is the power of NATO. For the United States to secure the Arctic region, to protect and defend NATO and NATO interests, obviously Greenland should be part of the United States.
And of course, the elites say that Greenland should not be a part of the United States. Let's take a look at some of the pushback to what President Trump recently said.
To taunt the Danish special forces who protects Greenland is very easy, but I would like to see how many American soldiers who can cope with these Arctic temperatures and this very harsh environment. I don't think it's something that you get many soldiers to do from the American continent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if our soldiers can handle the upper peninsula of Michigan during winter, I think they'll be just fine in Greenland. Come on, dude.
My response is that Denmark landed on Greenland before anyone ever thought about making the United States of America. So by that logic, the United States of America should go back to be a colony of the United Kingdom.
What, are you retarded?
And it looks like Shirley flew to Greenland at some point, and he asked the people, do you want the United States to run Greenland, be a part of the United States, or do you want to stay under the rule of Denmark? Let's see what they have to say.
I'm here in Greenland. This kid's got a MAGA hat on. What's your message to Donald Trump?
Fight Greenland.
Fight Greenland.
Fight Greenland. Fight Greenland. No more Danish. No more Danish. We don't like Danish people.
Well, there you have it, folks. It looks like it's pretty unanimous. President Trump should buy Greenland and be... Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, what? What is it? You've got... Oh, okay, it's official. Wait, just a sec. I can't hear you. Where's that stupid switch? Okay. All right, I'll tell everybody. All right, thank you. All right, my friends, that was my producer, and we have an official Crockett alert. Let's see what kind of racist stupidity pours out of that young lady's mouth this time.
Guess what? There are a lot of people that don't like our leader. And regardless, somebody coming into the United States and grabbing our leader in the middle of the night and killing people in this country, I'm sure everybody would be outraged at them doing it that way. As we sit here on January 6th, I do want to be clear. Somebody else was trying to be a Maduro of the United States. Yep. Somebody else wanted to do the exact same thing. Yep. The difference is Maduro was successful.
You can't park there, bud.
Can't park there, bud.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Well, that's a weird spot to park your car.
Surprise, surprise.
There, bud.
Oh, you definitely can't park there.
Oh, and that reminds me, California delays revoking 17,000 commercial driver's licenses until March after immigrants sue. California said it will delay the revocations of 17,000 commercial driver's licenses until March to allow for more time to ensure that truckers and bus drivers who legally qualify for the license can keep them. Well, all I have to say for you, California, is good luck on the road. And here's an interesting take I've never heard concerning why reparations will never be given to the Black community.
Why you didn't ask Donald Trump for our reparations, Queen? Why y'all ain't asked Joe Biden and Kamala for reparations?
Oh my God.
I mean, Joe Biden and Kamala was in office for 4 years. They ran on the whole, like Donald Trump ain't never promised reparations. But nope. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, that's what I be saying about the politics shit, right? Like, I'm for reparations, whoever want to pass them. I don't think we ever gonna get them. right? They feel like our reparations is abortion. That's why Kamala ran a whole campaign and did a HBCU tour on reproductive rights, because they feel like our reparations is abortion. Like, that's why we can't get reparations, because we keep asking them for a right to kill the kids that we can't take care of. So what I'm gonna give you money for? You gonna go abort it anyway? You don't need no money.
I think that was some brutal honesty we just heard.
I don't know if I'm the only one that feel this way, but
probably
when it comes to self-checkout,
okay,
it really is to be targeting to Black folks.
What?
Just a friendly reminder that believing that your life is any more important than a Palestinian life is actually racism.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's racism. Okay.
Obviously.
I thought I came to 7-Eleven. I'm over here at 9-11. Holy shit.
Well, it looks like Mamdani in New York is starting to reveal his true colors. And I think in the coming years, there's going to be a serious push of the Muslim faith on the people of New York. It's already started. Let's check it out.
There's this guy trying to pass out Quran
Free
right
Qurans.
next to this Zorhan Mamdani tent. Is this even real life?
Unfortunately.
Completely insane. I was just walking through Union Square and there were these guys standing there passing out Qurans, evangelizing Islam right next to the Zorhan Mamdani tent. I would say that it's a joke, but there's nothing funny about any of this. They even had signs that said, "I love Jesus." When we talk about total and utter deception, that is what that was. I was listening to Joe Rogan speaking with Elon Musk, and Elon Musk they were giving him a hard time because he labeled Mamdani as a charismatic swindler, but wasn't giving a good explanation or example as to what he has done to swindle people. But I completely agree with Elon Musk's assessment, even though I'm not an Elon Musk fan. I do not like that he wants to put microchips in people's brains, but Fidel Castro meets that description. So does Barack Hussein Obama, another charismatic swindler.
Wow, imagine
when you
that.
look at what Mamdani has already done, he is 3 days in and off to a wicked start, overturning Mayor Eric Adams' executive orders, combating anti-Semitism, and even deleting the tweets where he promised that he would help protect the Jewish people. He is the epitome of wicked.
Islam's coming to America.
Islam's coming to America?
Yes, it's coming.
Wait, is this going to be
One day, America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country.
Really?
Tell Trump.
That's never going to happen.
Yes, it will happen.
That's never going to happen.
God is powerful.
It's never going to happen. Is that what you want?
God is powerful.
Is that what everybody here wants? You want to see a
That's
Muslim
what
country?
we are. Our goal is to make America Islam.
Really?
Islamic state. Yes. God is powerful.
It's never going to happen.
You control the heart of Americans. God guides whom He wills.
Over my dead body will this become an Islamic
يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم والله متم نوره ولو كره الكافرون.
This is a serious problem. And that dude was just saying what their agenda is out loud without shame. They do not want to assimilate, my friends. They want to conquer. They want to take over. And I'm not saying that every single Muslim is a horrible, person. I actually have Muslims in my family, and I don't think they're bad people. But they're also not pushing their religion onto others the way that these Islamic radicals are doing and want to do. They want to turn America Islamic. We need to wake up to this problem. We need to get rid of them, actually, in my humble opinion. I don't think there's any other way. Let's see what some other people have to say. I will never accept Islam and will continue to speak out against it. We need to make America the most haram country in the world and the most anti-Sharia law country as well. Well, I totally think that we need a national bill that bans Sharia law, like at least proselytizing Sharia law. If you want to practice it or whatever in your own home, fine, whatever. But we don't want to hear the call to prayer screaming over speakers 5 times a day or whatever. That has to stop right now. Okay, let's see. Never, ever deport them now before we reach the tipping point. And I don't think we have reached that tipping point, but I think the pot is boiling and we are the frog. Deport, deport, deport. Muslim man in Columbus, Ohio declares their goal of Muslims in America is to make America an Islamist state. Islam's coming to America. It's coming. America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country. Our goal is to make America Islamic. Not mass deporting. This is suicide. Yeah. Islam is not a religion of peace. It's a political theory of conquest that seeks domination by any means it can. And they've been doing this for centuries. We live in a society where homosexuals lecture us on morals, transvestites lecture us on human biology, baby killers lecture us on human rights, and socialists lecture us on economics. Make that make sense. Before we get to the detox, I just wanted to share with you a recipe I saw online. It looks pretty good. It's something maybe you could do with the kids, and it turns out perfect. Let's take a look. Okay, looking good so far. It's a teddy bear cookie, yes. Okay, all the different parts, I guess. That's a lot of parts. Oh, okay. Nice. That looks like it would be delicious. Oh, that's so cute. Come on. Who wouldn't want to eat that, right? Oh, he's got a little marshmallow cookies holding. Nice. That's going to be tasty when it gets out of the oven. Oh. Yeah, I stand corrected. That didn't actually turn out very well. But hey, here's a little bit of nightmare fuel, and then we're going to have the detox, so enjoy.
We're looking at Oscar, the first human modular prototype that is able to live in various setups. Now what's going to happen is that I'm going to connect the brain to the heart module to activate the blood circulation. Now, the lung is going to start breathing. You can see both organs are now collaborating. I can add a kidney module. And if I add a limb module, it starts actuating the organism to move. Now it's looking for the optimal temperature, which is 37 degrees. If I add another limb, Oscar will recognize it and beneficiate from new possibilities.
It's time for Dave's Detox.
Australia's not that dangerous. Our spiders are courteous to nuts. Above our headline. So unless you're Shaquille O'Neal, they're not going to bother you, really.
We had spiders like that in Okinawa. Kind of terrifying.
That was my own fault.
Cover him up, boo-boo.
Aw.
Cover him up.
What a nice helper.
Cover him up. Good boy. Oh, good boy. There you go.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing, officer?
Is he, playing with the baby's whoopee?
You're on a diet.
He's not happy.
Cashew, you're on a diet because you're a little chubby, okay? Interfering.
It's like, where's the meat? Aw, the guy Cute little bunny. Is that a fox? Oh, yeah. Get that mail. Oh, look at that little guy. Aw.
There's 3 of you. One of you get him. He's cleaning himself. The little baby is cleaning himself. And are you kidding me?
Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode today, and thank you for all those that subscribed. If you hit that thumbs up, I do appreciate it. And there's gonna be some videos popping up. I think you're gonna enjoy them. Check them out today. And until the next episode, stay safe, know that you're loved and appreciated. And until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.